On the table today at Squirrel Stampede, do you remember Transformers Armada? Well, this may help ring a bell. We've got the Transformers Generations Legacy Evolution Armada Universe Optimus Prime Commander Class. Huge, giant update for Armada. Let's see if I can still do this. Transformers G1, then they did a really cool movie in like 86 or something and continued on with Galvatron. Then there was like this pause of nothing, and then Beast Wars came out and it was totally awesome.
I'll pretend you did not forget your most favorite Generation 2 Transformers Optimus Prime.
And then Beast Machines, and then it kind of went back to animated Transformers Robots in Disguise, I think it was, and then the Armada Trilogy, right? So then you had Transformers Armada, Energon, and one of my favorites, Cybertron.
That is right, Dan. I, Optimus Prime Cybertron, is the best Prime. Now you may have your squirrels back.
Now Armada was always a little bit odd. Optimus looked pretty funky, and especially the toy. I never originally had it. I just had like a second eBay lot once of parts of him, and I had to just kind of send him off because he was broken.
Hold on. He can do that, but custom paper-built Optimus Prime is missing his head. I hope he doesn't send me away.
But now we've got this update, this fantastic looking update from Legacy Evolution, and also a Megatron is here today. We've also found a Megatron to go along, but I'm hoping that with this update they've kind of softened the blow of some of the odd, weird features of the original. I've always wanted to have an Armada Prime stand, at least in the background of the many Primes that I've collected. Anyhow, I've yammered. Let's check this out. Let's check out the Commander Class Optimus Prime.
That Legacy Evolution Optimus Prime looks huge. We better sucker punch it in the stomach later on so it doesn't take our place. Sounds like a good idea, Prime.
Squirrel Stampede!
Packaging illustration of this one, possibly redeeming what may be inside, we will see. Oh, this one always seemed to be kind of a joke back in the day, but I guess that's possibly more of a perspective thing. If you grew up on G1, you might throw up on Armada. However, if you grew up with Armada, you might throw up on G1, so it's hard to say. This is a Commander Class Transformer though, and it looks spectacular. Over onto the back of the box. I wish I had one to compare, because I feel like they finally did the Armada Universe Prime justice. Let's get out of the box. Check this out for packaging. You think it's gonna be all in this entire square? Well, guess what? It's hollow, top and bottom. What? In fact, to find Prime, just open this front cardboard window. There he is, sealed within perfective cardboard. Perfective? That's a weird word. And out of box, holy Armada!
What?
I didn't expect this. It said like 20 steps of transformation. What?
Wow.
We might be here for a while. Oh, if it's 20 steps for Vehicle Prime, then it's also 22 steps for his trailer. So there's a lot of steps. Didn't take that into account. So we're starting in vehicle form, and right off I'm trying to figure out how we attach his trailer to his front there. I don't see a point yet. Maybe it has to do with this? Or this? Did I seriously just open up Pandora's Prime? I mean, what is going on? There is so many steps in the book of instructions. Looking good though in vehicle. I just gotta figure out how to get it fully in vehicle. Actually, looking at what we have out of box, I don't believe the trailer is ready yet, actually. I think there's something here that we have to adjust. And so we're gonna be looking at this first and trying to get it onto the back of Prime just right. So what do we do? What do we do? I don't know what to do. Oh, I think we start upside down in reverse over this way. It's like he's so tight out of box. These little pod compartments. Oh, we've got our first movement. These pod compartment thingies are gonna swing out, and they're so tight because they've been stored and packaged for quite a while. Ah, there we go. Wow, those were tight. I hope that's not a theme of today. Okay, that looks Transformer-like. He could come on over here, park his car, get it repaired. No, not even close. And it's not a car, it's a truck. Okay, now that we've got that squared away and started, we can bring in this thingy. This thingy is gonna help us out attaching the trailer to Prime. And now we can flip this over, and this cool thing can fit in here. Oh, I bet that's the trailer hitch. Oh, I'm finally getting somewhere. Get a commander class, they said. It would be fun. Okay, this goes here. And into this port right in here, if you can slide these just right. Okay, I feel good with that. I don't think I've ever had a Transformer out of the box not in either form, and so now we gotta get this upside down and then these back in. Okay, yeah. It's like an RV where he's got those extension things coming out. And flip back over. These little foot flanges go down. Now we have to find one more accessory piece, his blaster. We're gonna pop these two pipes off each side. They go onto Prime's side over here. And I think now, out of box, we can finally get him into vehicle form. There we go. And weapon, pick a spot. There's either 2 locations, 3 locations, 1, 2, right in the center. I like that, symmetrical. And out of the box we have Prime ready to go. That was a little stressful to begin. There's for sure going to be some modular transformation things going on with this one. We're gonna have to be getting to know both the truck mode and trailer mode quite a bit today. But now though, seriously looking like a really cool Prime. Finally, a nice Armada Prime to add to my Primes. Always felt missing, especially because I love my Cybertron Prime so much. As for roll out, has good rolly ability. I can feel all wheels moving about nice and smoothly across the table, especially in truck mode. Treads in the back, which is so interesting. Those obviously probably just have wheels underneath that roll. The tread's not gonna move, but it's such a hulky back, awesome trailer. I love the battle station-like trailer pieces of Prime. They're always quite a bit of fun. Fun extensions, that's just crazy. How is he gonna get through any tunnel or bridge without just causing backup delays on I-8010? But really, from all angles, this is such a spectacular, fun-looking Prime. How's he scale like to G1 Prime? Where's my G1 Prime? Or should I say my beloved G2 Prime? I never really had a G1 exactly, or an original. My G2 was beloved, I love it. And you can see the scale is pretty good together. I like that a lot. Both truck cabs and trailers are matching pretty well together. I wonder if the batteries in here still work. Oh, they do! Barely. You can barely hear him, but he says I am Optimus Prime, so yeah, they're really good in scale. I'm impressed with that. The tricky part for Prime now is, can he do a 25-point turn just to get around the corner? Because I think it's going to be several adjustments to getting to where I want him to park. There we go. Yeah. Luckily the table slides a little bit. So where do we start? So to unhitch the two together, we're just gonna lift up, and there are some little stabilizers over here to flip down, and that way, do it on both the sides. That way, you can take Prime off on adventure, and his trailer is nicely supported off to the side. And then we can start working on the transformation of Prime and see how he's gonna function in robot mode. So the very awesome thing about this Prime is we're gonna have two different forms. We're gonna have his robot form of his truck vehicle, and then we'll also have the giant, let's say, commander version of combined vehicle and trailer robot transformation. So that's going to be very exciting to behold. One more look closer at Vehicle Prime. He always felt a little bit flat up front in a way, just a little bit wide or something, and quite extended in these back legs here. But of course he's got to pull such a giant trailer, so it kind of matches and works a little bit better in this Transformer form. So where do we start? So I suppose we start up at the front grille by the headlamps, and we somehow pull them forward and out. Then we'll flip down this front grille. Up we go, Prime. Up, this way, that way. And now flipping down this full panel here might help us out. Oh, there's Prime's head. We found Prime's head. So something has been accomplished today. Flip this around and rotate. Really clean looking grille. I like the paintwork they've got going with this one. And then now we just start kind of loosening up his arms. That's gotta feel great. Much better than a chiropractor. And so what now? What now goes on with this? So these shoulders kind of hinge down within itself. That's pretty clean. Really effective. And then these, I think they want us to kind of hug them over. Get that hinge to completely fold just right. That's cool. Believe it or not, we're already on step 11 here. My favorite part, finding the hands, the fists. Oh, we're just gonna kind of move these around. I think we'll jump ahead a little bit. We don't have to follow exactly. Yay, we found Optimus Prime's hands. Woohoo! I like how they function too, with the exhaust pipes on his forearms. That makes for a vicious, cool weapon. 12, we're gonna rotate his wheels down like so, I think, giving him a wheelie. Do they want those like completely rolled around? What do they got? I think they want them completely rolled around like that. And a skirt side flange thingies can lift up now. Kind of nicely painted gold on the side. I think that's kind of a nice feature. Good gold work. Yeah, the fists down here for Mega Prime, or whatever we're gonna call it, looking great. 14, a little odd. I think we're gonna bend him down at these knees backwards like. Oh, that feels good. Back to the chiropractor Prime. And in doing so, we can lift this back panel up. Suppose this is how he would use the outhouse. And then, is this when we can finally flip his feet? These panels move up. And yes, finally the feet have made an appearance. Do these go back down now and hide? I think so, and then just break apart. Ah, it's gotta feel good. And look at that, the package did not lie. 20 steps of transformation, and all of them really proved to be really simplistic on this one. One of my favorite things about Prime is a good Prime will be very simplistic, quick to transform, and this one felt like it sure was. Pretty nice looking. I think I have to get used to this skirt back here, this golden skirt. You just kind of panel things down a little bit, should be okay. But otherwise, pretty impressive. He's standing nice and sturdy, looking great. The paint, again, we've got some nice silver, along with the gold, obviously the classic red and blue. I think they've done quite well. Pretty good Prime robot head, too. I gotta go back to Armada again, watch a few episodes. I feel like that was really funky, too, back in the day, so maybe they softened that to feel a little more old school. Not sure on that, but it is a good head for your basic Prime there. Rotation. You can move around, give him some feelings. And otherwise, all around, pretty good articulation. Shoulders that can lift up and rotate, elbows, wrists that rotate. I don't believe there is a central torso rotation there, but we do have legs that can click up and out, and knees that can ratchet and click. Love the clickiness to this one, and a good footprint with those ankles there for standing. So I feel like there's plenty of movement here to really enjoy a basic Prime about. I guess we can give him his blaster too now. There we go. Pretty big oversized blaster, but it's got to match both this Prime and the larger Prime, so not too bad on that. So wow. Oh, and rumor has it, before I forget, inside the grill somewhere, there we go, the Matrix of Leadership. We found it. I almost forgot. This is a little bit critical, and it should be removable. And it is, and it looks pretty good. It's got like a little crystal in there. That's a really slick feature, a little bit of a crystal there in the center of the Matrix, and then when you place it on over to this red post, almost gives it this like glowy, sparkly ruby-like look. So that's pretty impressive. Really seamlessly hidden behind there too. I almost missed it. I checked the back of the box again and I thought, oh, look, I almost forgot. I'm sure there's like 10 other surprises that I'm going to miss, but we need to move on over to the trailer transformation, the little battle station that this thing will perform and do. So let's slide Prime out of the way and kind of take a look at this a little more. Watch out, Squirrel. Okay, where do we start with this thing? Rotate around to the back end, and we will check this part out by flipping this cool thing up. And then rotating, maybe. Does it rotate? It does. But which way is the best way? There we go. Then these side panels should rotate out. Are you hauling more Pepsi inside the back there, Prime, I hope? Then more panels to open up. Have not found the Pepsi. Where is the Pepsi, Prime? Gotta keep these legs down. Rotation back around this way. And then a complete flip into the battlefield. And that thing just tears upward. And we're done. Da, 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 da. No, not even close. Then we're gonna pull apart legs. See if we could do this right. Everything feels just a little tighter with this one. I'm not sure how to make heads or tails or feet of this yet, but these giant feet are gonna flip backwards like so. He just did a somersault on live Squirrel Stampede. Pre-recorded, of course. And then something probably he's going to work out in the gym afterwards for a few weeks. Pull those legs down. At this stage, I'm pretty sure I killed Optimus Prime's trailer. Yeah, he doesn't look good. I gotta figure this out. I'm like going back and forth on the instructions, trying to figure out how to level him out. Right now it's kind of about just finding which and where panels go. Might go like that. That feels... Ah, yeah, there's a tab to click in. And so what now? This fumbles down, and these two flippers. Ah, such a puzzle, such an awesome puzzle. And I think this stage is a big one. We're gonna flip over this entire structure. Like so. Now everything's flat on the table. This panel hinging down. Like a little ramp maybe. Now we can flip up this gun center up. That feels kind of more classic Prime. And, well, there's some more things to do on this. I think like that. There we go, that looks right. Then we can rotate these legs out a little more for stability. It has kind of a Dinobot color scheme, doesn't it? It feels Dinobot with the blue and the gold. And so now we're gonna want to rotate these great boxes that we began the review with down. Something like that, pop them in. And those beams back inside tucked. Something here, this little red exhaust, what is this? This flips up, is that a chair? What is that? Looks like a chair. Rotate back around one more time. There's a lot of spinning trying to figure out what direction this needs to go. And then take Prime's cannon blaster, place up onto here. Somewhere. Onto the side maybe? And with that, I guess we're done. I guess we've got it. And then what now? I'm almost sure I will probably never leave it into this configuration. It's just too odd, but I suppose Prime would stand up here and use this as his fortress weapon? Like a command post or something? Am I getting that? Am I getting that feel? It's a little bit awkward. I mean, maybe other smaller Autobots can stand around this thing. Maybe I can have him sit in this weird chair thing. I'm gonna have to flange that back and have him sit in here. Could he do that? I don't know, it's odd. Not the best trailer conversion battle station I've seen. It's just a little awkward. Maybe Prime uses this part, he lays down, and it gives him a back massage. Like the treads go, and he can just be like, ah, roll out onto my back. So I think Prime would like that. But otherwise, yeah, it's not something I'm going to be keeping in this at all. Now we flip on over to the back instructions where they do not indicate, but there is 48 steps to get him to the giant mode. This is going to be something. We're gonna get those mini toes hidden inside because we're definitely not gonna use those in the giant robot mode. He'd just fall over. So pull those in, and while you're doing so, I think it gives you a moment to flip on out these giant golden fists because we'll be using those. Make sure these are also kicked up so that they are out of the way. And so now it's back to lifting this cab up into placement with his arms forming up into a T. We'll lift back up this grill halfway, and we're going to have to side swing out these hips. Oh, Prime, what have we done to you? Lay down and separate even more. And I think we have just discovered his Prime giant head. This is the Prime face I recall more from Armada. Hello, hello, Armada Prime head. We've got to somehow get you out of that trap you put yourself in. How do you get out of there? Oh, that's a finger injury. There we go, up and over. Moving along pretty well here. Flip over this way, maybe. We gotta work on this area. Get those old arms up like so, maybe. And then point it out. Then rotate up and around, I wonder? Like that, maybe. And down. There's a lot of rotation going on right now. I hope I can remember some of these stages. I should make like a video or something where I show how I, oh wait, that's what I'm doing. Watch my own tutorial. And then flip back if you can find the front of the cab, there it is. Close on up these, whoops, grill pieces, one of the very first things we've done. And, well, repair. I think I got it. Now, oop, what was that? Oh, we don't need those. Those are just his exhaust ports. So rotate around like so. We're really kind of seeing him now. This upper portion of Prime. Get that head faced up. Gonna want to position his fists and arms just like so. Pretty impressive so far, except for
Where's the rest of my body? You fool! I want the rest of my body!
Calm down, Prime, calm down. We're working on it. We're working on that part. Just stay there for a second. I think we're mostly done now, actually. It's pretty hard to believe that his original truck cab was able to pull this off. We do have to lift this up a little bit and pull out his golden pipe ears. And now I think we're ready to move on to the trailer piece. And that was approximately 23 stages to get there, so we're about halfway done, bringing back the giant trailer assembly for the pants of Prime, the pant legs and body lower torso of Prime. Let's just pull this one over here so we have some room. See if I can get re-familiar with this oddest of Battle Fortress station things. Start by flipping that chair back down, lowering this gun out of the way. Let's pull out that blaster. We're going to flip this now up and lift back these side panels here. Flipping in these toe sides. Rotate all around so we can get a view over here. Oh, these must be his feet, I wonder. They look pretty heavy, so it's gotta be. Nice solid footprint for Prime. Then all of this is going to fold down. This will be cool. Look at that go. The immense scale of this commander class is really going to show now. Yeah, that's a great footprint. That's nice and heavy, but nowhere there near yet. We can then power these panels down. A lot of panels to learn on this one for sure. Oh boy, this next might be a little confusing. We're going to rotate this around, I think. Then this part flanges down. I love the word flange, by the way. I always overuse it. This now swings over the top. And I believe these side panels go down here. And now we can flip down his torso skirt. Up here, lift up this back red compartment. Flip this chair back up. I keep calling it a chair, but it's a nice latch. Lots of rotation around. Back over to this side. Flip these back now over this way. I feel like I've done these like 10 times. Then rotate our weaponry this way. And then we're going to panel this rotation, fold flange compression, angular momentum this in. I think that's what we want. I think that is. It's hugging in tightly, so I feel pretty good. This looks like Prime's weird cousin Ted, who walks around like this. Hey Prime, what's up? And now we can bring this and this, and we're gonna somehow combine it together. So let's orient in the correct direction. This should be our now standing forward, and Prime is gonna maybe fit laying down. I think I like that. And to attach these guys together, hopefully, we're gonna lay down this chunk of back Prime onto the back of Ted here. Oh, I hope this works. So somehow we're gonna slide this back in here. I actually did it. It actually fit. This red panel up top kind of swings in and it's going to give Prime some roof structure up top, and it even clamps in by posts. And Ted's holding him pretty well. He's not falling over, which is impressive. I'm going to steady his legs just in case. Then probably for the most exciting part of this whole transformer is this whole assembly is going to swing down, locking into these waist pins. I think we got him. Wow. I don't know, I kind of like this down. I'm having a hard time seeing his head. And what do you know, after 48 steps, really didn't feel like 48, felt like half that, because a lot of that kind of comes together. We've got Armada vs. Prime. Now that is pretty impressive. That came together quite well. Oh, what is going on back here? Uh-oh. I don't know. Does that just kind of hang there? That's going to kind of wreck everything if you look at the back section. Yeah, sadly, I think that's just going to hang back there. So don't look back there. That's pretty awful. Up front, though, I mean, he's tall, he's menacing. A little bit of a front hip going on there as his cab is set back. I think as we kind of position his legs a little bit, we might get a little more fun with him. Kind of bend this out, get him to stand a little less rigid on top of Ted's structure. Okay, that's looking pretty good there. Yeah, that's pretty impressive though overall. A much better improvement over the past Armada Prime back in the day, I believe. I always just kind of was shivered over that one, just like, maybe not. This one's looking good though. The paint, the gold, the height, I mean the scale. Here he is compared to a G1 Prime. Twice as tall earlier in the day, we were like, they were pretty similar. Now this guy is ginormous and gigantic. He's steady on his footprint, all around, the colors popping. Blaster scale is now appropriate. Before it was a little off, maybe even add in these pipes to give it some extra size on there. So this is finally a great Prime Armada addition to my Prime family. I always wanted to have an Armada version, just did not like the old, and I think this has been a fun update. I believe I will keep it in this form. I think it's just menacing and giant. It'll stand really well on the back of a shelf group. But maybe at times I'll keep him into vehicle mode with the trailer too. I like the look there too. Standing well, I'm impressed by that. I'm really impressed by his standing. So there you go. Transformers Legacy Evolution Armada Universe Optimus Prime. Say that 50 times fast. So I'm not sure, how are we gonna get to Megatron here? If I don't do Megatron now, I never will. Actually wasn't really planning on picking this up. I ordered this one over on Hasbro Prime. Oh, excuse me, Hasbro Pulse. I had ordered this one several months ago on Pulse. Wasn't really gonna pull the trigger on Megatron, but then saw one in store. And then I thought, well, there we go. I guess that's what we're doing. So I picked up the Legacy Evolution Megatron 2 because the two go together well in the Armada universe. So there we go, 23 steps. Let's see what he looks like out of pack. I bet he's going to be just a smidgen shorter than Prime. What do you think? And Megatron has been released. Oh no, don't step on him, Ted. Oh, that's just not very nice. Don't mock your scale, Prime. I think I recall liking Megatron's tank form from Armada. It has been so many years, but I think they always pulled that off a little bit better than what they did with Prime. Definitely smaller, kind of like a little hover. No, it's a rolly tank. Couldn't remember if he was hover or not. I think the hover tank came later. Going with mostly green, but I do see some Decepticon gray and red and purple in there too. Lots of colors going on. Scarab-like with his headpiece. Turret will rotate. Yeah, turret rotates. And otherwise, everything is pretty well hugged together nice and tight. I know in the past, sometimes these tank sides love to get squirrely and kind of pop out in and out and never fit right, but it feels nice and flat to the table and yeah, rolling pretty well, even though it's, it's sliding a little bit on the table. Oh, almost forgot his cannon extension there. There we go, that looks a little more fitting, a little longer there. Definitely need to have that attached. Ooh, did I attach that right? That came on really weird. And I think it comes on any different direction. There we go. So extra little length there for the cannon piece. And yeah, there's only 23 stages, so I think we can run through this pretty quickly. So let's start by rolling him, pointing him this way, and setting up his feet. Those should flip down. Give us something to stand on. Then we're looking to flip apart this section right here, which I may have already done. I think these panels are going to flip on open from his torso, kind of lift out, and then everything is going to kind of unpeel here. This should be a very quick transformation, and you'll want to kind of flatten him out. Then we can stand up in stage 5. He's looking already pretty much done. Rotate around to the back. And this whole upper turret assembly should rotate out. And then we will rotate leggings around. Swing back, close the turret, and rotate down. Then back on over to the front. Flip up these arm panels, the Decepticon insignia thingies. Then rotate these, I think come down. Yeah, those come down. And then we can move down his arms. And these are signature, they kind of stand upright. And may lock down a little bit. Yeah, they hinge down into his body. Swing open these side panels and pull out arms. Oops, we lost a scarab piece. Hopefully those will pin back in. Fists should be somewhere inside here. There they are. And kind of position where you'd like. Closing back these compartments. Lowering down this chest piece here. There's his face. Let's get his mandible back on there. Such an interesting headpiece for this one. I think we flip this in and then back up so we can see his face. It hid his face for a little bit there. And so there, just like that, Megatron is transformed. Not too bad of a scale, actually. He's standing pretty well. These shoulders definitely give him extra height. Rotation on those shoulder points, elbows, wrists. These like to swing down a lot. Head rotation. Body can rotate, a torso, which is nice. Pretty great movement with hips and knees, and a good standing footprint for him. Right now, his turret is swung towards the back. There are actually a few other options for this one. I think I'll just leave as is. If you wish, there is an option to transform to have that cannon piece actually kind of protruding from his chest in a way. There's actually a couple different ways to do that, so it's kind of cool they gave these few different options. But I'm good with this mode for now. Oh, did these swing back down? I think they do. You gotta have these. They look better down. And together, we've got our enormous Prime with our tiny Megatron. But the two are spectacular together. It really never was too much worth it to pick these up in the past. They just weren't cool enough, and I think now this modern version update, really quite fun with these two. So it was awesome to pick these up now in today's time. Kind of reminisce a little bit about Armada. I think the only Prime now that I need to account for is an Energon Prime. That was like a crazy combiner Prime. Not sure if they'll go to that one at some point, but it would be really interested to see an updated version of that. So maybe we'll see that someday from Universe. But these two together have been certainly fun today.
You'll never replace my Optimus Prime. Oh, that's a solid transformer, ouch. Oh, we're still doing that? No, never mind.
So that was fun. Finally a chance to catch up with an Armada Universe Optimus Prime. I think it works well. I think they've done a service to place together now into a collection. Excited about that. If you liked today's video, please give us a squike, a squirrelibe, a squammet, your favorite feature of the two that I saw today. Or do you remember Transformers Armada? Did you grow up with it? Did you enjoy it? Did you forget about it? What do you think? Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget we have some Squirrel Stampede merch now. We've got hoodies, squirrels, and weird containers to hold water. Thank you so much for watching. That's what I have to say about that.